time of year is fast approaching when I am ready to be swept up in the romance and chocolate. Hi everyone, Melissa here. Come join me as I decorate my home for Valentine's Day. In this video, I will show you how I turned my home into a romantical, yeah, we'll stick with that, feeling that is suited for Valentine's Day. I will also show you some super easy DIYs that I did to make these projects that much cheaper and budget friendly. Ooh la la! So let's check it out.
All right, so the first project I wanted to show you is a really easy way to bring in some color without spending the money. So I found these clear glass jars from thrift stores and from garage sales, and I really want to just paint the inside. If you'll notice, I added water to the paint, and that's really to help to coat the inside of that bottle. And don't forget to pour out the paint into each jar as you are using them. It really saves paint. So I wanted to show you here, I'm just trying to use a different tone of pink, a really like peach coral color, and so I just added orange. This is actually really satisfying if you see how shiny the outside looks after. And now I have two different colors of pink glass jars. So I found these flowers from Dollar Tree, and I really liked that it matched with that coral and the pink, and I incorporated that into the jars. I put it across my piano, and I used some books to just add that dimension and that depth to the piano and really tried to make that romantic feel to it, and I really think I achieved it. So next I want to show you my coffee bar or my coffee cart. So to achieve some of my DIY decorations, I started with a white crayon and some watercolor paint. So the trick here is I'll use a lot of water. You really want to be able to just brush it along and have the water bead right off that crayon, and since it's white, you're not going to see the crayon part, you're just going to see the beautiful design that you created. And that's the thing, put whatever you want. I of course went with a Valentine's theme and used X and O's, and I also added a few more pictures like hearts. And so I just set that up on my coffee bar to add a little bit more of that very obvious Valentine's Day. And hey, if you throw February 14th, there's no questions about what theme you're going for here. So to continue with my whole pink motif, yes, I know that these are actual Valentine's Day decorations and they are red and that represents Valentine's, but I'm going for pink here. So I just chose to paint over it. And once you have all of those painted, you might have to do 2 to 3 coats. And so I just wanted to use a tiered tray. I have a crochet doily, and it just adds some visual appeal to my coffee cart. So to incorporate even more pink, I have these styrofoam balls that I got from the dollar store along with some pink flowers. I just cut the stems off, and then I just went through using a glue gun and pushing these flowers into it until I made a flower ball or a pomander. And I just placed that onto my coffee bar as well as other places throughout my house. And it's just a really great way to throw in that pink. And there you have it, my coffee bar area that is very much Valentine's theme. So the next area is my dining room. If you've watched any of my videos before, you will hear my love for tablescapes, and I also have a passion for sterling silver teapots. I own so many. This isn't even all of them. And I just really wanted to find a way to throw in that romantic feel, because to me, for Valentine's Day, I really want to incorporate that feeling as if I was in France. And by doing that, I softened it up with my tablecloth, that floral, and I used some doilies as well as some heart-shaped plates that I found from the dollar store, and it really put it together. And hey, if I'm going to be doing the table, I might as well also entail some decorations that really match on my mantle. And again, I just utilized some more sterling silver that I have and really put it together with some pops of pink flowers. And you can see that I even put them in the wreaths that I have around my house. And to achieve that, I just found from the dollar store some of these pink stems, and I basically just poked them into anywhere within my house that I have a wreath that I would keep all year round. So like places in my dining room as well as my kitchen. Speaking of my kitchen, I'd like to take you there next. Now this is actually a pretty new renovation for my home and my family, and very white. So I just wanted to add those pops of pink that I've been doing through the rest of my house. So I found some really expensive things like cookie cutters and added them in jars throughout the house. I also found this garland from the dollar store, and just a really easy and cheap way to create a wreath that is a heart-shaped wreath, and that I really just bent it in shape until it looked like a heart. And once I was finished that, I was able to put it in my kitchen as an added decor that really shouted out Valentine's Day. And then, sticking to that theme of really inexpensive ways to incorporate pink, I just went to the dollar store and I found this decoration that is actually a really nice shine to it as is, but I was going for pink, so I painted that. I had to do about 3 coats on that, so I suggest the same. And then from the dollar store I found these heart-shaped candy dishes, and I used that to create a tiered tray for my kitchen that it was a Valentine's theme. As you can see, I just found anything that I had that was pink, including candles and candy and chocolates, because to me, Valentine's Day is sweets and candies and anything else that has sugar in it. So I really tried to represent that in my kitchen as well, to continue with that theme of that Valentine's vibe for me. And I found a way to incorporate Valentine's even in my staircase. So I know Christmas is over, but one of the things I do after Christmas is I leave my garland up. There's lights in it. It really helps to light it up. And you know what? As much as Christmas is over, take a look at how it looks outside at my house today. It is definitely still winter. So I just used some pink flowers that I already had at my house, and I just plucked those into the garland to really bring that theme of Valentine's and that pink motif that I'm using throughout my house when family walks in. So next is my family room, and that's where I do a lot of my living, and so I didn't want it too crowded, and I just really wanted to add some pops of pink. So again, I found decorations that were really suited for Valentine's, but it was red. And because I'm going for that really soft pink, I painted them. And then I just created a garland using some tape. Yeah, I didn't feel like bringing out my glue, so I used tape. It did the trick, and now I have a Valentine's themed garland. And then I threw some of those pomanders or those flower balls that I already had and incorporated it in the house. And then because I really love that vintage French feeling, I made a sort of vignette, whatever you want to call it, but I made it using some old frames and decorations I have DIY'd in the past. And then I threw some more heart-shaped candies, some candles, really just to continue with the pink. And finally, just to show you really quick, my living room. I didn't do much to that except adding some pomanders to incorporate the pink again. But I didn't want it to take too much attention away from my piano, where I was creating that as my focal point for the room.
So I hope you find these tips really useful and you can use them throughout your home. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing. It always helps to grow my channel. Until next time, I hope this has helped you to stay inspired.